A lawyer working with the family of Maya Miliete will appear Monday on Dr. Phil to talk about evidence released in the case of the missing Chula Vista mother. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price.
I'm Marcella Lee. Carlo and Barbara Lee have the night off. News 8's David Gottfredson spoke to the attorney about the surveillance audio recording that captured what sounds like gunshots on the night Maya went missing.
That's exactly what a gunshot sounds like.
Attorney Billy Little has heard the surveillance audio that captured 6 loud bangs in the neighborhood on January 7th, the night Maya Miliete went missing. The audio was recorded the same date that Maya reportedly had argued with her husband, Larry Miliete. Chula Vista police have had the recording for 3 months, along with other surveillance videos from the neighborhood.
When they were turned over to the police, almost in excited utterances, those are absolutely gunshots. Sounds like a .357.
The neighbor who gave News 8 the audio recording did not provide the video because it shows their house, and the neighbor wants to remain anonymous. Hey, I work at Channel 8 News. Are you Larry's father?
Yeah.
On Thursday, we caught up with Larry Miliete's father, Benito, walking through the neighborhood. The grandfather told us his side of the family is still hoping Maya is alive.
The family of Maya is looking for a dead body. We're still waiting.
It sounds like a little bit of a taunt to May's family. You're looking for a dead body that doesn't exist. We're waiting for her to come home because she's alive. It's a taunt, it's sarcastic, it's inappropriate, it's insensitive to that family that is grieving.
Little will appear on Monday on Dr. Phil, along with Maya's sister and brother-in-law.
She's filling out paperwork with a divorce lawyer on the 7th and goes missing on the 8th.
That's correct.
The attorney says national exposure can sometimes kickstart a stalled investigation.
We're not enemies of the police. We love the police. We want them to win. We want them to do their job.
Larry Miliete has not been named a suspect by Chula Vista police. His father told me when we interviewed him out there in the neighborhood that he thinks the media is biased because all the coverage has been one-sided against his son. Of course, Larry stopped doing media interviews and stopped cooperating with the investigation early on in the case. Steve?
David, great work on that tape. We are coming up on another weekend. So what's happening in the search for Maya?
Tomorrow, 8 a.m., there's a search like there is every weekend. Teams are meeting at the BevMo parking lot in Rancho San Diego. And then on Sunday, there is a March for Maya community event at Chula Vista Community Park. We've put more information at CBS8.com.
All right, David, thank you. Well, as we mentioned, Dr. Phil is highlighting this case on Monday. We're told the explosive new interview reveals never before heard details surrounding the day that Maya went missing. And you can watch that entire interview on Dr. Phil Monday at 3 p.m. right here on CBS 8.
To make room for hundreds of younger migrant children arriving in San Diego today, the federal government moved out 300 migrant teen girls from the San Diego Convention Center last night to another site in Texas.
Now, this comes as the convention center reached capacity earlier this week, which is about 1,400. News 8's Heather Hope spoke with San Diego County Chair Nathan Fletcher about the next steps for the small children.
Right, so much has taken place here at our downtown convention center, with a large group of teenage girls being moved out overnight to make way for another group of small children ages 5 to 12 years old.
Arriving to San Diego, a new group of young unaccompanied migrants landed, this time small children aged between 5 and 12 years old.
Our site was uniquely suited to be able to handle some of these younger kids where some of the other sites were not.
The federal government said in response to the evolving needs of unaccompanied children seeking asylum in the U.S., they transferred 300 teenage girls from the emergency intake site at the San Diego Convention Center to another site at Fort Bliss in Texas.
The intention and aim is to get all of these kids with their families. More than 90% of of them have families here in the United States.
The younger kids come just as the site reached its capacity at 1,450, sending away the 300 teenage girls to make room for an equal number of tender-age children to connect with older siblings who have been in the U.S. Customs and Border Protection custody.
When you go down and you see these girls who have traveled at times thousands of miles, fleeing tyranny and oppression and violence by themselves, and then they go to a Border Patrol jail detention facility where they're in deplorable conditions, and then they come here and they're just so happy to have a cot.
San Diego leaders, including Mayor Todd Gloria and County Board Supervisors Chair Nathan Fletcher, say San Diego is more than equipped to handle this next group of children with compassion. There will be an increase in the number of staff needed for supervision. No children will be taken out of the San Diego site if they have COVID-19, and the convention center shelter is expected to stay open until July 15th. But what other Southern California cities are doing this?
Oh my gosh, so many other cities are standing up sites. I've talked to the mayor of Long Beach. Long Beach is standing up a site. There are sites all across the country. San Diego was early.
Still, the question pops up of how can San Diego help so many migrant children when the city has its own growing homeless issue?
And as the richest nation in the history of the world, do we have it within our capacity to help a couple thousand kids? Yeah, we do.
And the caseload for those 300 teen girls moved now to Texas at Fort Bliss will continue on as caseworkers will work to reunite them with family members in the United States from there. Heather Hope, News 8.
All right, Heather, thank you. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria wants to answer your questions. We're beginning a new segment called 8 Questions with Mayor Gloria, which will air on the first Monday of each month. Because of the NCAA championship game this past Monday, this month's segment will debut this coming Monday, April 12th. If you have something you would like to ask Mayor Gloria, just text us at 858-571-8888. Vaccine shipment delays will keep the Del Mar Fairgrounds vaccination site closed once again this weekend. The site will be closed through Sunday, but is expected to reopen on Monday. Appointments should be automatically rescheduled through the My Turn health system.
Pfizer has become the first company to seek FDA approval to give its COVID vaccine to young teenagers. It's formally requested that the FDA amend its emergency use authorization to expand vaccinations to adolescents who are 12 to 15 years old. This comes as the CDC keeps a close eye on rising cases among younger people.
There is concern about transmission in youth sports. As cases increase in the community, we expect that cases identified in schools will also increase.
Federal health officials are especially concerned with the caseload in the upper Midwest. Here in San Diego County, people ages 16 and up will be eligible to receive the vaccine 1 week from today.
SeaWorld was able to reopen as an accredited zoo and aquarium back in February. Now it's getting ready to offer guests more attractions as it switches to the theme park category.
This category allows the park to fire up those roller coasters again starting Monday, but there is a catch. News 8's Alicia Summers reports from SeaWorld.
The switch from zoo, aquarium to theme park means guests can ride the roller coasters again, but due to the state's theme park regulations, the park will now only be open to California residents. Starting Monday, screams will be heard at SeaWorld again as some of the roller coasters and smaller rides will have passengers after more than a year of being stagnant. This was made possible due to SeaWorld switching into the theme park category after the state entered the orange tier.
There's pent-up demand for big roller coasters and rides for our younger guests as well.
But there's a catch. Under the state's new theme park regulations, it can only be open for California residents.
As a theme park, we will not be able to have visitors from outside of California at this time. But of course, we look forward to changing guidance very soon.
Californians will need to make reservations online to keep attendance within the capacity of 25%. Guests will also have to wear masks and social distance. You'll also notice the ride platforms will have plexiglass dividers. For those who live out of state and have already purchased tickets or season passes, they will be able to use those when restrictions loosen up more.
And there's a lot of exciting kind of rumors and projections about June being even better, where guidance will change again. So I'm optimistic that we're going to have a summer that's much more back to normal than what we experienced obviously last year.
Even during the pandemic, when SeaWorld was closed, keepers came and cared for these animals round the clock, like the 2 otters here who were rescued from Alaska.
We still had our staff here caring for them, and they eat shrimp and clams when they're eating solid foods. So they eat those market price items, so it is not cheap to feed a sea otter.
The park was able to care for animals and keep most staff employed, but took a big financial hit. So having more attractions to offer will hopefully drum up some more attendance and excitement.
We can open up our rides. We're going to just have a great time here at SeaWorld.
The park president tells me they are hiring for hundreds of positions in a short amount of time. So if you are interested in working at SeaWorld, now is the time to apply online.